Statesman Nation, here with Todd Hafner for preview number 1 of the 2015 season. You guys are through preseason, you've had your scrimmage, you're getting ready, you're 2 days away from the season opener. How are you feeling?
Well, I haven't slept very well for the last couple nights, but other than that,
we're in your bed.
Yeah, it's that time of year. I think our kids are ready. We've had a really good week. We'll finish it up today and really start to get focused and ready to go. Our kids have really done a great job this week of transitioning from 2-a-day camp to game week install and some things like that. Obviously, when you're in camp, you're installing your base stuff. You're trying to get everybody lined up. You're trying to do all that. And then game week number 1, you have to change some things to get ready to face what you're going to see. And so, fortunately for us, in a lot of key spots where we have veteran players there, so it was an easy transition for a lot of them. For some of our young guys, they were swimming for the first couple days, but that's okay. I mean, they've all come along really well, and God forbid if something should happen to one of our starters, we feel really good about whoever's going in next.
Right. I mean, and that's, if you look at the 2 deep, that is stacked with veteran players, and that's a great thing for 2015. 2016, we'll worry about itself down the road. But 2015, you guys, I mean, there's a lot of talent up front that these guys have played either in key roles or they have been starters. So for this week, especially in these first few weeks, but just this week in particular, got to feel good going into the season knowing that there's just so many guys that are ready.
Well, and I think, when you say ready, that there's a lot of things that go into that.
Right.
They're obviously ready to go play.
Right.
But I think our kids are ready to be able to make adjustments. With the first game, always nerve-wracking for a coach because you never know what you're going to get. But first game with a brand new opponent in a brand new conference, having veteran players again at key positions. We've told them all week, we may practice something all week and come out and see something completely different. So be ready to adjust, see what's going on in front of you. And our kids have done a very good job of that in the past, and with the veteran group, it makes it even easier. Yeah,
exactly. You're going to get a video from last year, but who knows what kind of weird wrinkles they've thrown in the past year. I mean, I think it's Troth, is how you say it, Coach Troth? Troth, sorry. Troth, I mean, he's been there for a couple years longer than you've been here, so he's obviously established what he wants to do there. I don't see them coming up with a lot of weird things, but every year you get some new personnel, you want to do some different stuff.
You do, and I think with Coach Troth, the thing that he's done is the same thing that we've tried to do here, is you try and develop an atmosphere of success, and he's been able to do that. They've obviously won multiple conference championships. They've obviously been very deep in the playoffs. A few years ago, they got beat in the semifinals by 3 points to a Marion team that won the national championship, and so they've developed that culture of success. They what they do very well. I don't see them changing a whole bunch. Maybe some adjustments to some of their personnel. But their kids are used to what they do, and I think they're going to go and try and do that their best.
We'll rewind just a second because I kind of jumped over the scrimmage. We talked about it, but Central scrimmage last weekend, it sounded like things went very well. Everybody stayed healthy, which is always a key in preseason. Just quick highlight on a few things from last weekend.
Well, I think what we did very well, number 1 on offense, we didn't turn the ball over. We scored on the first drive. We had a really great first drive. We converted a couple fourth downs, which, when you scrimmage against another team, those are some of the situations that you hope you get and you get to see on film. And, you hope they go well, but if they don't, you get to see it and fix it. And, defensively, I thought our kids, got lined up, first of all. Central did some things to us that we hadn't seen, obviously, from our offense, and they made the adjustments that they needed to make. And so I think as far as those few things go, I think we were very good. We held a couple people out that were banged up that are going to be ready to go this week, and we didn't get anybody hurt. And that, like you said, that was the key to last Saturday.
Yes, definitely. And then switching back to this week, Missouri Valley, just talk about their offense a little bit, talk about their defense a little bit, talk about what maybe we have looked at, especially of what we need to key up on to make sure that we can slow them down or get past their defense.
Well, I think their offense is very multiple.
Right.
Playing and going against Central last week helped us. I think there'll be even more multiple than that. Sure. They lost their starting quarterback from last year as a senior. They brought in a junior college transfer as a big kid, 6'5", 210, 215. Yeah. So, with that, we have to assume that they're probably going to try and throw the ball around a little bit. But I've seen Coach Troth teams on film, and I've seen them live at some playoff games before. They're going to try and run the football, and that's going to be a key for us. Is that we're going to have to stop the run and make them one-dimensional. Right. We can't let them start running the ball and then start bombing play action over the top of us and things like that. Defensively, they're very physical. They get lined up and they know what to do. Right. And so we're very fortunate that we were able to see them play a couple of option teams last year. Whether or not that's what we're going to get is yet to be determined, but that's all we have to go off of. Yeah. Obviously we watched all of their game films to a certain degree. They fly around. Yeah. They're very fast on defense, which teams in the past that have been fast have given us some issues, and we've talked about that with our team to be okay with 4 or 5 yards. We're going to be okay with that and control the clock, keep it away from their offense, grind it out, and make the adjustments that need to be made. And I think if we can do those, William Penn football, and if we can do those things, we'll have a lot of success.
Sure, definitely. I guess you kind of already hit on all the keys to success, but anything else in addition to what we've already talked about? There is a veteran group going out there for game one of all that. It's on the road against a top 10 team. We've talked about before, no better way to start in a new conference than to just go right up against one of the best and see where you land and adjust from there.
And we're okay with that. It's everybody. You see all the big time schools. They want to play someone that they know that they think they can beat. And we're okay with going in and playing one of the top teams in the country right off the bat, because we feel that in order for us to get to where we want to be, we're going to have to face those teams at some point, and we're going to have to beat them. And beating them is yet to be determined. Right. I think if we go down there and we play our game, we can beat them. I think our kids think that. I think we have a very good football team that if we don't make a ton of mistakes and we don't get hurt, we're going to win a lot of football games. Yeah. And so, we have to do things right. We have to get lined up. We have to get our playmakers the ball somehow, some way, and we have to not turn it over. And I think if we do that, we're going to be fine.
Sure, definitely. All right, Coach. Well, 6 o'clock start, which is very nice in August. It hasn't been a hot August, so you guys have lucked out in that as well. But great 6 o'clock start down in Marshall, Missouri. So best of luck and get win number one out of the way right there.
We'll go try and get win number one early in the season, so we don't have to worry about that anymore.
There you go. All right, Coach. Thanks.
Thank you.